So in this way we can join two members using a bolt. Okay. So first thing, bolt definition is copper. Then let's study about what are the types of bolts available in market. In broad way, we can say there are three types of bolts. Here I have written types of bolts. Okay. So what are the types? First is your unfinished bolt. Unfinished bolt. Second is your finished bolt. And third one is your HSFG bolts. So let me tell you some points regarding these three types of bolts. First is unfinished bolt. Unfinished bolt means what? So we have already known in the first class of your 6th semester that there are different types of steel available, like your mild steel and high tensile steel. So basically these unfinished bolts are made of mild steel. These are made of mild steel. Mild steel means Fe250, right? Next, and this unfinished bolts means this shank part is left unfinished. Okay, there is no finishing is done, and this means that it is plain, not rough or not rolling is done. And next thing, as it is unfinished bolt, actual contact will be less, friction will be less, so loose contact will be there in case of unfinished bolt. Actually the bolt grade is specified by 4.6. Generally we write grade 4.6 bolt, which means the ultimate strength FUB means ultimate strength of bolt, that is equal to, here it is written 4, so it will be 400 Newton per mm square. Similarly there will be some yield strength, so YB means yield strength, that is equal to, see after decimal what is written? 6, so 0.6 into your FUB, that is 0.6 into 400, that is equal to 240 Newton per mm square. So in this way we write the grade of bolts. So generally unfinished bolt, as the friction is less, contact area is less, so we use in minor structures for simple connections. Next is your finished bolt. Finished bolt is again you are made of mild steel, but the difference is here the shank part is finished. Finished means using some machines or using some rolling methods, it is made rough. The shank part is made rough. Difference is it is also made of mild steel, but shank is made rough. Shank part is rough. So due to this roughness, obviously the friction will be more and there will be proper contact between the two plates. So these finished bolts are used in some where high precision is required, or in dynamic loads. When there is dynamic loads on the structure, we can use these finished bolts. Okay. So the main difference is in finished bolts the shank part is rough, and in unfinished bolt the shank part is plain, no roughness, no rolling is done. And the last one is your HSFG bolts. In the markets you must have seen small length of bolts are available, and they are made of high tensile steel. Unfinished bolt, finished bolts are made from mild steel, whereas HSFG means high strength friction grip. Okay, these are made from high tensile steel, that is Fe415. So these are made of high tensile steel. So while using HSFG bolts, what we do? We tighten it up to the proof load. Proof load means approximately 80% of the high tensile strength or ultimate strength. Okay, so up to ultimate load means for 80% of ultimate load we tighten it. So due to that, the slippage between these two plates is eliminated. So HSFG bolts gives us no slip. HSFG bolts give us no slip between the plates, which means the entire external force is carried through friction. The internal external force is carried through friction. For example, if we apply pull here, let's say P force we apply the two plates. So what will happen? These two bolts, unfinished bolt and finished bolts, they transfer the load from plate 1 to plate 2 through bearing. Bearing means, see this part. Here in this figure, we can see these parts. So these parts are the parts of the board which are in contact with the plate. So through this area, through this periphery, they transfer the bolt. That is called bearing action. So these two type of bolts are called bearing bolts. Why bearing bolts? Because these two bolts transfer the force through bearing. Bearing means through contact area, through the surface area of the bolts. Third one is HSFG bolt. So as I have already told that in these bolts they are tightened up to the 80% of vertical load. That means there is no slip between the two plates. That means there will be 100% friction. So all the load, that is P, will be transferred through friction, only friction. That's why this type of board is called, this HSFG board is called friction bolts. Okay. Friction bolts. So there are, in broad way we can say, bearing bolts, friction bolts, based on the force transfer mechanism. Bearing bolts and the material used, based on the material used, we can say unfinished bolt, which is made of mild steel. Finished bolt, again it is mild steel, but the shank is rough. And the third one is which is made of high tensile steel, that is Fe415. So we can say these are HSFG bolts. Okay. And the diameter of bolts available in the market, they range from 12, 16, 18 up to like this, up to 36 mm. So that is D. What is D here? Diameter of the bolt at shank part. Remember, we take the diameter at shank part. Shank part means this plain part. Okay. And finally, so these are the, so what we have discussed today: design of bolted connection, why we need a connection, to join two members and to transfer the force. Then broad way there are two connections, bolted connection and welded connection. Then we saw this figure, okay, this figure. To join two plates, 1 and 2, we need a bolt. So in today's class we discussed about some points regarding bolted connection. Here is a figure of bolt. Okay, I told you about what is the head part, shank part and the thread part. And I have also discussed regarding the threaded area is approximately equal to 78% of the shank area. And what is the shank area here? This is circular, the diameter is D, then what will be the area? This will be equal to simple area of a circle, pi by 4 D square. Because this is a circle, so pi by 4 D square. So threaded area will be equal to 0.78 into pi by 4 D square. So this thing will be used in solving the problems. Okay. Then type of bolts we discussed. Okay, 3 types: unfinished, finished and HSFG. And based on the force transfer, these two bolts transfer the force through bearing, means contact surface. That is bearing. And these bolts transfer the force through friction. So these bolts are called friction bolts. So next is some terms related to bolted connection. Terminology. Right? Some terms I will discuss: pitch, end distance, then gauge, and last one is edge distance. Right? So for example, there are two steel plates. Let's say this is the top view I am drawing. This is one steel plate. and there is another steel plate overlapped on the first plate. Okay. So this part you can say this is the connection part. Here we will provide the bolts. So I am drawing the bolt holes. Okay, these are the bolt holes. So bolt hole means obviously to insert the hole we have to first make the hole. So that hole diameter is kept slightly larger than the diameter of the bolt. That means if D0 is the diameter of the hole, that is equal to approximately equal to D plus 2 mm. Okay. So let us understand what is pitch. So if this is the direction of force applied on the plates, then this distance from center so this distance is known as a pitch. This is your pitch. So how can you define pitch? It is the distance from center of one bolt hole to the adjacent center of the next bolt hole in the direction of external force. See, the pitch is measured in the direction of your external force. Similarly, what is next is your end distance. This is end distance. End distance means it is the distance from the last bolt hole to the adjacent end of the plate. See, this is the last bolt hole and this is the end of the plate. The distance is end distance. Again, it is measured in the direction of force. So end distance is covered. Next is your gauge. This distance is your gauge. Okay, and this is your edge. So how can you define gauge? Again same thing. It is the center to center of bolt holes measured perpendicular to the direction of force. See, force is applied in this direction and gauge you are measuring in this direction. So perpendicular to the direction of force. Similarly, what is edge distance? Same thing as end distance, but it is measured perpendicular to the direction of force. So edge distance, how you define? It is the distance from the last bolt hole to the adjacent end of the plate, adjacent plate end, measured perpendicular to the direction of force. So these four terms are very important regarding your bolted connections. Okay. So there are some, see, as we are reading about design of steel structures, there is a code book that we will follow, that is IS 800. IS 800 code book we will follow in the design of steel structure. So last thing, after that I will finish my lecture. So let us see what are the values specified by this code book regarding these terms. What is the minimum pitch, what is the maximum pitch, what is the minimum end distance, maximum end distance, and what is the minimum gauge, maximum gauge. So as per IS code, minimum pitch, let's say that is P. P minimum should be equal to 2.5 times D. And what is P maximum? P maximum equal to 16T or 200, whichever is 200 mm, whichever is less. And there is another value 12T or 200 mm, whichever is less. This is for tensile members. This is for tensile members and this is for compression members. Tensile member means the members which are subjected to tensile forces. Compression members means members which are subjected to compression forces. So these are the values which I have taken from code book IS 800. You will find them in the code book. And second thing is end distance. End distance minimum, let's say I am denoting by E. So E minimum equal to how much? You will find from the code book 1.7 into D naught or 1.5 into D naught. D naught or D0, I have told you this is the diameter of the bolt hole. Diameter of the bolt hole. Okay. So I have written here two values. This is for hand flame cord edges. Hand flame cord edges, and this is for machine flame cord edges. What does that mean? If you are making a connection by using your hand, simply you are using your hand to cut the end, that means hand flame cord. So in that case you will use E minimum 1.79, and if you are using any machine to cut the edges, then we will use E minimum 1.5 into D naught. And D naught is the diameter of the bolt hole, and here you can see T. There is T. What is T? T is the thickness of the thinner member. Means there are two plates. This is one plate and another plate is over here. From here it is started. So there are two plates, and minimum of the thickness of the two plates we will take as T. Okay, if there are two plates, one is 12 mm, another one is 16 mm, then you will put T as 12 mm, thickness of the thinner member. Okay, and finally gauge. Gauge minimum value we normally take as 40 to 60 mm. 40 to 60 mm, and maximum is just like P max, there is G max also, 100 plus 4T or 200 mm, whichever is less. 100 plus 4T or 200 mm, whichever is less. So all these values you can get from the code book IS 800. Okay, so these things for today's class, and in the next classes we will solve some problems regarding this voltage connection. There will be two type of problems: analysis problem and design problem. Analysis problem means all values will be given and you have to find the strength of a bolt, how much force the bolt can take. And another thing, also you have to find the efficiency of the joint, and nothing will be given, you have to design the connection, that is design type of problem. So in today's class only this much.